Welcome to finite element analysis. In this video lecture, so we are going to see the basic concept of the shape function. Shape function, the field variable. Field variable means so displacement in structural problem, for heat transfer problem, temperature distribution, in fluid mechanics problem, the velocity. In vibration problem, omega. So, etc. The field variable, displacement, temperature distribution, velocity, vibration moment, etc. are complete only at nodal points. The finding the field variable other than the nodal point is difficult. For consider the linear bar element, it has two nodal points, nodal point 1 and nodal point 2. The displacement at nodal point 1 is u1. The displacement at nodal point 2 is u2. So finding the field variable other than nodal point is difficult. So actually, in the nodal point 1 and 2, the displacement we can calculate easily. So other than nodal points, non-nodal points within the element, the point is P. The reference point is x. Maybe the known value is x. The point within the element, the field variable is calculating is very difficult. So the finding the field variable other than the nodal point is difficult. How we can calculate the within the element any point we can calculate by using an interpolation function, that is called the shape function. We can calculate the nodal displacement anywhere within the element. Maybe the point is maybe here or here. From the any point you can calculate the nodal displacement, so that we can get approximate values at the non-nodal points. Non-nodal points means we have this linear bar element, we have two nodal points. So non-nodal point means within the elements, the non-nodal points by interpolating function, the nodal values we can calculate. That is called the interpolation function. Other name is shape function or other geometric function. So approximately, normally the notation is pi x and y equal to n1 pi 1 plus n2 pi 2. This pi 1 and pi 2 is field variable. So n1 and n2 is shape function. For example, so if we are in structural problem, we have field variable is considering the displacement. The displacement is u equal to n1 u1 plus n2 u2, where n1 and n2 is shape function. So u1 and u2 is displacement of your linear bar element. So the next shape function, when a field variable is approximated in an element, within an element, it is variable at any point expressed in terms of the nodal values. So the shape function is dictate the size of this nodal contribution. Then the third one is concept is one shape function is associated with each node of the element. So actually, for example, you are going to connect the n number of, for example, nodal point 1, 2, 3, 4. The element is 1, 2, 3. This linear bar element have 3 elements, 4 nodes will be have. So element 1 is nodal point 1 and 2. The element 2 is nodal point 2 and 3. How we are going to do the interpolation? How we are going to the whole domain? How we are going to calculate the displacement function? So we are interlinking that one element to another function. So it is associated with the other nodal points. Then another thing is in finite element analysis, we are before formulating the stiffness equation, we are using a polynomial equation, polynomial trial function equation, that is y equal to a0 plus a1 x plus a2 x square. So why we are using that normally this polynomial series equation for calculating the shape function and stiffness matrix frequently. So polynomial are generally used as a shape function due to the following reason. So one is the first point is differentiation and integration is of the polynomial equation is very quite easy. We can easily, so what do you think is x and x square term will come. For example, if you are using a trigonometric function, trig function means sin theta cos theta will come. Very difficult to do for integration or differentiate of the sine and cosine. So that's why we are using a polynomial is frequently we are using. So how we can improve the accuracy? So then second point is easy to formulate. So the simple thing is x and x square will come. Easy way you can differentiate and integrate. So the second point is easy way you can formulate. The third one is accuracy of the result we can improve by the increasing the order of the equation. In this video lecture, we are going to see the derivation of the discrete function u and the shape function n for one-dimensional linear ball element based on global coordinate approach. The linear ball element which has two nodal points. Consider the linear ball element. So everything is in one-dimensional means it is only x direction. Nodal point 1 and 2. Element is 1. The displacement is nodal point 1 at 1 is u1. Nodal point 2 displacement is u2. The length of the element is L. So boundary condition is x equal to 0, x equal to L. So displacement is u equal to u1, u equal to u2. So first step we have to assume the polynomial triangle function equation. That is u a0 plus a1 x. Only two terms I am using for solving the displacement function u and the shape function based on the degree of freedom. So the right function equation we rewrite the equation in matrix form. So matrix form. So only normally the right function equation we are going to calculate the a0 and a1 we have to calculate. So we have to take it outside a0 and a1. Then so first thing is one will be have. If you are taking a0 outside, a1 outside means x will be half. This is the matrix formation of your right function equation. 1 into a0 plus x into a1. So the same equation we are getting matrix form. The next step we have to apply the boundary condition. Apply the next step, apply the boundary condition. We have boundary condition is one will be here. Another boundary condition will be at nodal point 2. So boundary condition 1. Apply the boundary condition 1. So x equal to 0. u equal to u1. So apply the boundary condition in the trial function equation. So u1 is u1 plus equal a0, same a0 will come plus a1 x equal to 0. So this the term will be 0. So the first equation boundary condition, based on the boundary condition we are taking one equation we are taking. Equation number 1. Then next boundary condition 2. What is boundary condition 2 is? So x equal to n, u equal to u2. So apply the boundary condition in the trial function equation. U equal to u2, then a0 same constant, a1 x equal to n. So a1 into n. This is equation number 2. From the equation number 1, equation number 2, so we have the two equations we have to write down in the matrix form. So write the equation from equation number 1 and 2. Write in a matrix form. So actually our aim is we are going to form that the displacement function is u1 and u2. So u1 from the first equation u1, from the second equation u2 will come. Then the next, so we have to calculate the a0 and the a1. So we can take it outside from this equation is, so 1 will come here. Then next, so normally a0 a1. So from the equation, second equation, so 1 will appear. Then second one is n. The second a1 is from the equation number 1, a0 is 10 is 0, so will come 0. So cross verified 1 into a0, so 1 into a0, so a1 into n. So matrix format. So actually we are going to calculate the find out the what is the parameter value of a0 and a1. So if we need means this the term will come here. What that this 2 cross 2 matrix will come to the other left hand side in inverse matrix. So apply the inverse matrix a0 a1 inverse matrix into displacement vector u1 u2. So what is the formula for 2 cross 2 inverse matrix? So recall your matrix. So 1 divided by modulus of the matrix. So cross multiplication. So a11 a22 minus a21 to a12. Then this two term will be interchanged. So A2 to A11. Here is the rule is the both term will be coming, negative side will come. So minus A12 minus A21. This is your inverse matrix, 2 cross 2 inverse matrix. So based on this inverse matrix formula, you have to determine this separately. This is the 2 cross 2 inverse matrix. So 1 0 1 L inverse matrix. So 1 divided by the cross multiplication. So A11. So 1 into L will come. So 1 into 0 0. Apply the same inverse matrix formula. So this is the term will come. Interchange L 1. This is same 0 minus will come. This is the value. We have to substitute in this equation. So this maybe I put that equation number 3. So substitute this value is equation number 3. So A0 A1. So 1 divided by L0 minus 1 so 1 into U1 U2. So initial trial function matrix form is 1x A0 and A1. We have to substitute this A0 and A1 in the initial trial function equation. So this is the, you will come here. U1 x. Where we are going to substitute this value is u equal to 1x we have to substitute here. Okay, so x 1 divided by L 0 minus 1 1. Then displacement U1 U2. From this equation, this is 2 cross 1 matrix. This is 2 cross 2 matrix. So if we are multiplying the 2 cross 1 into 2 cross 2 is, we are obtaining the matrix is 2 cross 4 matrix will get. So rewriting this equation, 1 divided by, then you are going to take this thing is outside. So 1 x L 0 minus 1 1 U1 U2. So this is 2 cross 1 2 cross 2. So we have to multiply 1 into L. So x into minus 1 minus x. So 1 divided by L matrix multiplication. So L minus x, then 1 into 0 will come, then x into 1 x, then displacement vector u1 u2 will appear. Then multiplication of this 1 divided by L into 2 cross 1 matrix. So L minus x divided by L, x divided by L, u1 u2. Rewrite this matrix. So in the equation format, L minus x divided by L, so u1 plus x divided by L u2. This is n1 u1 plus n2 u2. This is displacement function where n1 is L minus x divided by L, n2 is x divided by L. So that where n1, n2, it's called shape function. Then u1, u2 is displacement. We derive the displacement function u equal to n1 u1 plus n2 u2. Shape function is L minus x divided by L. N2 is x divided by L. We have to verify apply the boundary condition is satisfied or not. Verification. So at boundary condition 1 at node 1. So n1 L minus x is 0 boundary condition divided by L. L divided by L is 1 Lagrange shape function. Similarly, the next shape function is n2 x divided by L. So x is 0 divided by L 0. So the same thing apply the boundary condition 2 at the nodal point 2 n1 L minus x is L divided by L. This is the L minus L 0 will come. So n1 is 0. Then n2 is x is at nodal point L. So L divided by L equal to 1. So from that, so we can summarize the characteristics of the shape function. So shape function of the matrix N, which contain information on the distribution of the unknown field variable in an element in terms of the nodal values. So what is the characteristics of the shape function? The shape function has unit value at its own nodal point and 0 value at other nodal point. So for considering the nodal point 1, its own nodal point, the unit value is 1 will come. The other nodal point is 0. So for considering the nodal point 2, this is n1 is nodal point 1, the other node will be 0 will come, its own node is 1 will come. So that the thing is the characteristics of the shape function are it has unit values at its own nodal point and 0 value at other nodal points. Sum of the shape function is equal to 1. So n1 plus n2 equal to 1. Okay, this is the second characteristic. Sum of the shape function is equal to 1. Shape function example problem. A one-dimensional body shown in the figure. Calculate the following shape function n1, n2 at point P. The second one we have if u1 is 3 mm, u2 is minus 5 mm. Calculate the displacement u at point P. In this figure is a linear body element. It has two nodal points, node 1, node 2. The x1 is 20 mm at nodal point 1. At nodal point 2 is 36 mm. The point is located at from the x1 to 24 mm. So the point P within the element, we have to calculate the shape function and a displacement function. The displacement function is, we know that already we had it. Displacement function for one dimensional linear bar is, we know that u n1 u1 n2 u2. So n1 is L minus x divided by L. N2 is x divided by L. So from the figure, so what is the first, what are the coordinates we have, what are the boundary conditions have in this problem. So the point is located at xt is 24 mm. We have to determine the x value. This x value is x values at point P minus x1 24 minus 20 equal to 4 mm. So okay. Then next, what is the total length of the element? L we have to calculate. L is, so actually 20. The point is starting from 20 mm. The ending is 36 mm. So x2 minus x1, 36 minus 20 mm. 36 minus 20 is 16 mm. So L is 16 mm. X equal to 4 mm. From the origin it is located, the point is 4 mm from the left origin. So the next step, we have to substitute this all the input values. Shape function at nodal point 1 is L is given, L is 16 minus x value is 4 divided by L is 16. 16 minus 4 is 10 divided by 16. This is 0.75. Then next, shape function at nodal point 2 we have to calculate. So NP is x divided by L. X is 4 divided by L is 16. So 4 divided by 16, 0.25. Then next we have to calculate the shape function n1, n2 is calculated at point P. So next we have to calculate the displacement function u at point B. This displacement function is u equal to n1 u1 plus n2 u2. So n1 is 0.75 into u1 is 3 mm plus n2 is 0.25. So u2 is minus 5 mm. Using your calculator, calculator 0.75 into 3, 0.25 into minus 5. So we have obtained the value is displacement is 1 mm. So finally, the result value is shape function n1 is 0.75, n2 is 0.25 at point P, means obtain the value of n1 and n2. Second is displacement u at point P. P is, that is u n1 u1 plus n2 u2 is so 1 mm. You can verify your answer by using characteristics of the shape function. So characteristics, one of the characteristics is n1 plus n2 is where will become 1. So we can verify our problem. Verified by characteristics of shape function. So what is the n1 value? n1 is 0.75 plus n2 is 0.25 equal to 1. We verified by the characteristics of the shape function.